Another question that I get asked a lot is how people get into this situation. So I know a lot of people feel quite embarrassed when they end up with tax debt, or they feel quite embarrassed that they haven't done a good job if their business isn't flying, or if something hasn't quite gone to plan, or to actually reach out and need the help. What are some examples that you have personally seen that have led to businesses, very, very good business people, very, very good at their craft, but have led to them needing to reach out and needing your help in different circumstances?
Most of the businesses that reach out to us are the ones that are challenged. The challenge is they don't technically very good at what they do. Plumbers, builders, etc. That's fine, but run a business, it's different. It's a different beast. You know it, I know it. It's a different beast. So the people that we tend to find reach and come looking for us are the ones that don't fully understand how to run the business side of their business. Technically, plumbers, accountants, lawyers, they're great at that side of it, but the whole element of how do we make it profitable, how do we grow it, what does it look like, what do we scale, what does that look like, the business context is a different beast to the technical side of it.
Yep.
And that's, yeah.
We also see illness. So things that are
Yeah.
outside people's control. So you could have a very good business, but if the key person or the person that's been running the business for a very long time gets sick, and of course that
Yeah.
takes the focus, or if someone within their family gets sick. Another thing that we're seeing a lot of at the moment, which I think is a sign of the times, is if someone or a major client owes a company money and they don't pay. So if you're expecting someone to pay you $100,000 and they're 50%, say, of your ongoing work, if that particular business both doesn't pay the 50,000 and then they go under, you not only lose that payment, but you also lose the ongoing revenue from that client. So you're behind the eight ball, and it's that plan of how do we buy time with the ATO, which is where we come in, and like what you mentioned, how do we become profitable again? How do we grow again? How do we deal with this?
And if I can give you a quick example, an accountant who refers me work. He said I can't have the conversations about shifting the mindset of the business owner. So I sat with one of his clients, and they had a business that was a massive business. Over 10 years, did 380 million, and it failed. Significant. They were going again, and they were doing exactly the same thing again in the next business. So, and what was it that they didn't understand? They didn't understand that the element of de-risking payment, de-risking. How do we work with clients? How do we ensure that we are de-risking, only getting not paid a little bit, but then connecting them to others who can help collect debt, etc. So we're in a space to go. A lot of what we do is just helping them understand and what's influencing their business.
And
That's the
again,
thing that we do.
that's specialists, right? So again, we're back
Yeah,
to the pieces of the puzzle. Who do we need? And life is complex now. So I think if you're
of
a
course it is.
plumber, not that I know anything about plumbing, but if you were a plumber 20 or 30
Yeah,
years ago, life would have been much more simple about getting paid, about sending invoices, about running the business. Whereas now I think we really need all those different pieces of the puzzle. And I think too, no matter how big the business is, or how long you've been running it for, it's about having people in your corner that care and that can advise you. I hear lots of people say, well, just tell the ATO that if they don't take this amount of my money, then I'll go under and they won't get anything. And the reality is, where the collections are at the moment, the ATO don't care about whether or not those people have a job specifically. It's about compliance and about collection. I care, you care, and we're here to care and to
yeah.
get them to where they need to be. And I think it is having that specialised knowledge that can help with that care piece.